早くしなさい。オーケー。Let's go!
Problema, Pierre.
Everybody sit down.
Greetings, gun.
I said sit down! Now, you know how I don't like to use the sit-down gun, but this morning we just don't have time for mucking about. Major Allied cities have come under attack.
Nazis?
Close your mouth.
Yes. Hello and welcome. So, yeah, I'm going to switch over here to the other camera, to the other table. We're going to do smart today. You know, mix it up. You know, keep everybody on their toes. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's switch over, shall we? Ooh. Let's click over. Oh, please don't go, girl. Who's your favorite new kid? Call me Joey. Call me Donnie. Oh, okay. You know, mic sound good? Everybody happy with the quality of my audio today? Yeah, we're gonna get in here. We got this "Something is Killing the Children" piece. I did the pencils earlier, and yeah, now I'm gonna ink it. You know, that's how it is. You know, let's do it. Grab my drink. Try not to spill it on this in any capacity, Sumo. You know, but yeah, how's everybody doing today? We're in here. We're at the physical drawing desk. We're at the traditional desk where traditional art happens. You know. I'm going to put my desk down a little, I think, though. Jesus. Well, I'm going to take full credit for it raining. Awesome one. That's me. That's all me. You know? All right. Yeah, let's fucking jump into this hoe. She a hoe? I mean, I don't know if she is really. We might go with this. We might go with this 03. You know what I mean? Listen, awesome one. Sometimes, see, I do have one of these uni fine lines. You know, that's going to come in handy later. You know, but yeah. I'm just going to get in here. I should get, hold on, everybody. Hold on. I should get a piece of paper, paper, to be careful to not muck up what I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's just me out here on these virtual streets thinking, no, this is Erika Slaughter from Something is Killing the Children, the comic book. You know? Yeah, let's just get in, you know. Get the hands warmed up, you know. Yeah, let's get in here. Now, I'm not sure how well it picks up. Like, I'm in blinding light, but I look at the screen and you know, Noah commented on that camel toe, but you won't even see it once it's fully inked. It's just there for placement, you know. No, she's not killing the children. No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think my head gets in the way if I lean over or anything. No, we're good. All right. Then let's go. So yeah, I don't know. What's everybody doing tonight? Anything exciting? You know, I keep seeing everybody and their dog streaming, but sometimes you got to get in there and do the streaming. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Oh, damn! You had mushroom coffee again? That's how you got to do it, I guess. All right, I got too many pens in my periphery. I got to move some stuff to the side. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is? It's weird. I feel like I should have just like inked something before inking this in a weird way. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a slight bit off. But that's just me, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I got 37 billion things around me. I'm trying to kind of I got this issue of Deathmate. You know. Whatever. Quickly ink your gem doll. Nothing weird there. Exactly. Nothing weird there at all. That's just me. Don't worry about it. You know? Listen, if you don't worry about it, I'm not going to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the key. That's the key to the whole endeavor. What's a favorite book of yours? Something's Killing the Children? It's a hot jam for you? You know? Because I could see that being the case. You know? That's just me. Oh, the Deathmate series. I see. All right. Be that way. Be that way. But yeah, I don't know. We're just getting in here. We're gonna do some good old doodling, aka inking, you know? And yeah. It's gonna be the way it goes. It's weird to me because it's almost like it's all just a little too stiff. Like when I turn the paper, it's really gripping. You know? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Doo-doo. Get right in there and get that. Yeah, and then I'm going to have to get all these little teeth. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. You know how it is. You know how it is. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're reading Wildcats and Solar. Okay. Sounds good. Man, my paper is gripping. It be straight up gripping. What's going on, Apex? Mm-hmm. Do. Some teeth pulls. Bikes have grips. Damn. You know, ride them like a bike. Yes. Okay. Man, I find what's crazy about this entire scenario is I find the light so crazy bright while I'm working, but on screen it does not look bright at all. It's crazy. It's like, what? It's like I'm here getting blasted by the sun, and then it just looks kind of like unsunny. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull my mic down here, assuming it still all sounds fine. Oh, Sumothori, hello. Okay. Get right in here. I have to get new glasses. You know? Starting to get old, apparently, and my glasses need changing. You know? It's one of those things. What is going on? Black lives or black scamps? Scamps even? We are inking a piece that I drew earlier of Erika Slaughter from Something Is Killing the Children. Hey, Glenn, what's going on? How you doing? Damn it, Glenn. You'll pay for your crimes. Let's get in here, get this whole. You know, aren't scamps cats? I mean, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible it could be a cat. Could be. Also, it's weird when I was looking at reference for um, for the mask. It's kind of weird. Some people put 2 teeth between the fangs, and some people put 4. And so I just went with 4 because I thought it looked cooler. That's just me. You know what I mean? So yeah. Damn. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like a lot of the art, like I was looking at the comics, and the comics are pretty sketchy and pretty kind of rough. Yes, Noah. Yes. I mean, not recently, but yes. That's a thing. Um, you know, because you never know what the future is going to hold, right? So you might want to keep in touch. You know, old Cosby joke. Damn. How old though? How old is this? How old is this caw joke? I've got that all filled in. Oh, I gotta hit this little spot here that my old eyes missed apparently. And then I'm gonna get one of these batters and just fill this in. You know? Hey, some person, how's it going? Do. It's like how tight, how tight do we want to do it? No. I did look at that Batman issue 1 that you were talking about, though. It looks pretty good. I kind of glanced, kind of skimmed it. Didn't have a chance to really read it, but the art and stuff was good, and it looked actually pretty good. The Matt Fraction one. But like I said, anything that's going to get new readers into comics, I'm all for. I mean, I might not be running out there buying new issues of Batman or anything like that, but that's just how it is. My thing with Absolute Batman is if it was anything, like if it was just like, Axeman and his adventures or whatever it was, like, Vigilante Axeman, no one would care. No one would care about that book at all. It would be an indie darling or something like that at Image or whatever. But if it was not Batman, no one would give a shit. And I stand firm with that. No, I haven't touched a Borderlands game, Glenn, since 2. 2 was the last time I played Borderlands. Like my thing with Borderlands is like I like the first 2 games a lot. I like the first 2 Borderland games quite a bit. But I kind of expected them to go in a different direction. And so when they didn't go kind of where I naturally thought they would, I kind of lost interest in them, to be honest. Listen, when you're drawing the hips and to the waist, you want that line to flow, and you have the center, right? And that is the natural center. Okay? You need it's there. It's a real thing. You need it. And anyway, it just helps you when you're laying it out, when you're getting the separation, getting everything to look good. Yeah, Glenn, like as far as Borderlands goes, I kind of expected them to go into more like custom classes and stuff like that. I wasn't like, I think it's kind of weird that you're stuck playing Lilith or a named character when you should just be going in and making your own character and being like, okay, I want this class or I want that class. And there should be more of a skill tree to it, or at least more customization as far as character and class. I just don't like a lot of the characters like really suck in Borderlands, like just really suck. And like just from a visual standpoint and from a writing standpoint, like that game went into like millennial trash humor, and like the Tiny Tina stuff is like grating, right? Like And so, yeah, like once they started getting into like hipster millennial bullshit, I kind of, you know, fell off of Borderlands. We'll put it that way, right? Like there's aspects I like you know what I mean? Like if it was just like if there was a way you could play that game without listening to the horrible characters talk and just run around and collect guns and shoot stuff, like maybe if I muted the game, um, that might be an option. But then why am I, paying $80 to mute a game? Um, that's just me. But yeah, I expected it like, I don't know, when I initially seen it, I was like, oh, this could be like Fantasy Star or some of these like 4-player like action kind of RPGs, right? That you're playing with your friends. And I was like, can we get some customization? Can we get some individuality? Like, can I play this class? And they were like, nah, son, you got to play this class and listen to this person talk. And I was like, nah, I'm good. But that's just me. That's just me. So yeah, long story short, Glenn, probably not. Probably won't be picking up Borderlands 4. That's just me, No, like that's the thing. Like I love the first game. But like, I mean, I don't think you can play that the third game or any of the Tiny Tina stuff or what's the prequel, the pre-sequel, whatever in the hell that was called. And just the humor and shit like that got fucking terrible. If you can even call it humor, that's like it would I think it would scare me to like know what the dialogue is like in the new game, because I seen some trailers and I seen some reveals and stuff for it, like Summer Games Fest, and like I think Sony had a reveal thing for it at one of their state of plays or whatever, or Microsoft, somebody did, and I watched it and I was like, the gunplay looks fine, but then characters started talking and I was like, ugh, Jesus, can we not? I'm gonna have to come in there with some white on some of these. That's just me. But yeah, no, like weirdly, all I've been playing lately, and it hasn't been much. I'm gonna be quite honest here. It's mostly been like bathroom breaks. It's like Mario Kart World. I'll just play like a knockout tour or something like that, and that's about it. Like and there's been some Fortnite and stuff like that. But like weirdly, I don't I don't count Fortnite as gaming. Like it just doesn't, it like, it's not like sitting down and playing like a Shenmue or a Metal Gear or something that you sit down and like, enjoy. Like Fortnite is like go in, kill some people, repeat, um it's less relaxing, it's less enjoyable than like, just sitting down and playing like a story driven adventure kind of game, right? And so yeah, and I have a backlog. No, listen. I enjoy going in and killing people 100%. But what I'm saying is that, the killing of those people doesn't give me the satisfaction of knowing, who killed Ryo Sakazaki's father, like Like, I want to go on that adventure. I want to talk to Fukasan, and be like, hey, Bob, the hot dog vendor, what's up, my dog? You know, that's what I want, right? That's where my butter is breaded. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, and see, that's exactly Bancroft. Like, it is the perfect, like, play for 5 minutes or play for 5 hours kind of game, because you can just get up and walk away from it, right? There's no stakes, you know, to Fortnite, or no real investment, like, other than like killing time, you know. But that's just me, like, right? I'm sure there are other people. Like, my nephew informed me that there was a ton of lore. Like, I was playing as Marigold, right? And my nephew's like, I think he's 13. Um, he's like, oh, that's so and so's girlfriend, and blah blah blah, and started telling me all this stuff about the characters. And I was like, what? There's fucking like story and lore to this shit. Like, what is even happening? Um, and like, I'm just like, oh, that's a cool skin. I'm not like thinking to myself about like there being like internal like Fortnite specific lore that has nothing to do with all the licensed properties that are there. Like, you know what I mean? And so, like, yeah, that's the weird part, right? Um, we're working on a Erika Slaughter, Something is Killing the Children piece, Henry Bemis. That's what we're doing. Um, got the pencils, blue lined the pencils, and, laid everything out. And now we're just going to ink it up, you know? I was going to be funny and call this Something's Inking the Children, but then I was like, I don't know what kind of crowd I'm going to get if I say something weird like that. So, I decided to go with just what it was. We don't necessarily. Also, hello, Bancroft. If I didn't say hello, I'm kind of half. You're not even, listen, Sumo, you're not even going to see this majestic camel toe. She wears black pants. They're going to be inked in, and then I'm going to do a little bit of an ink wash. You know what I mean? So that we get the lighting, we get the shading. And so that's going to be pretty much blacked out. Not totally blacked out, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, back in black, but yeah, right. So, like, the fact that there's substantial lore going on with Fortnite was a surprise to me. Like, right, where kids were like, ooh, let me tell you about this character. And I was like, God damn it. This is supposed to be like pop music, the video game. It's not supposed to have any depth or lore. Don't give me any, Listen, go read some Dave Sim. That thing goes directly into the void. You know what I'm saying? I can recommend a full camel zip-a-toned out white Posca. Yeah, right here. Yeah. So yeah. So you know how it is. Also, hello, Shelby. But yeah, right. Like, a whole host of interesting things as far as the fork knife goes. That's what I call it. I don't call it fort knife or fork. What? God damn it, Fortnite. I call it fork knife. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Oh, nice. Are you gonna do some remarks on it, Shelby? Some kicking it with remarks? That's what I want to know. Listen, fucking, you know what I'm saying, Sumo? Like, you can't win them all. You know what I mean? You're doing hot dogs on yours. Hot dog remarks?
This is an outrage.
That's all I'm saying. Mm. Thanks. Thanks, Woden Shot. Man, listen, see, that's why you do it. You know? We should all take more action. I'm just telling you. God damn. Listen, guys. I wonder if the stream is going to make my treadmill time seem slower and faster. I mean, you know, who can say, right? Like that's the real question. Who can say? You know? We got a little doot, 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 doot. You got to make that sound. Okay, I'm just telling you. You got to make that sound. Hey, Omer, how you doing? You know. Get both of our eyes in here. You know, get the face in here like Andy would want, right? That's all there is to it. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's true, right? Like, am I supposed to be talking to the chat? That seems ridiculous. You know? Who's got the time for such things? Listen, guys, see that's why you do this. That's why, like, the talk of the town, you know. Put that camel toe there. And look, it doesn't even have nipples on it, Bancroft. Wait, think about it. Right? Like, they're suggested, but they're not prominent, right? So, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to get out there and get it done, you know? That's all I'm saying. But is that properly? Yeah, as God intended, exactly. Listen, he wouldn't have made them if he didn't want them there. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You know, if he didn't want, you know, our eyes to be blessed, he wouldn't have done it. Just all there is to it. Listen, I like a firm handshake, Henry Bemis. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, that's what we're getting. You know? If you don't like a firm handshake, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, you know, what more can I do for you than give you, you know, whatever it is I'm giving you? I don't know. Just is what it is. Listen, I could have just thunked it right in there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta get in there, make sure the gooch is well represented. Just how it is. Do you ever just have too many pens on your desk, Shelby? You know? Oh, remember the other day? I got a UniPen fine line, but no mono. You know? That's all I'm saying, Shelby. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to save that for when I grab a ruler. Yeah, exactly. Right. Somebody's got to, that's just the reality of it. I guess I'm just going to whip those hands off. You know what I'm saying? Do, 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 do. The annoying part of inking is inking. Just going to tell you that for free. Other people won't give you that info, but I will. That's all I'm saying. Yes, hot dog variants. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Might as well fill this in. What? What is even happening in this chat? Yeah. This is more like an excuse to do something that I can actually show to people. That kind of thing. Man, listen. Just enjoy the camel toe. That's all I'm saying. Just enjoy it. Just take it all in, because Lord knows it will. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take it all in. That's all. Everything else is good. GI toe. God damn you people. Why you like this? Why you like this? Ooh, it's the quiet storm. She's hovering, not jumping. God damn. All right. Listen, look at the sweet, even look at that soft curve into the buttock, and it just swings up. It's delightful, But yeah, it's free, it's free coochie. Just how it goes. That's all I'm saying. Yep. An ill wind blows this day. That's all. Do do do. You guys like looking up like things that you can call it, you know? Is that what's happening? Because I approve of it. It does entertain me. Mm. You know? Damn. In Soviet Russia, the camel rides you. Yes, it does. Listen, I don't understand this kid. He needs to draw these women. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Yeah, there's going to be some blackouts. There's going to be some, like if you can see here, the teeth, they're going to be blacked out with some light highlights on them, teeth at the top and bottom. Then I'm going to black out these trees and fade them out. It's going to be fun. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there together. You know? Hey, what's going on, Emo? Drawing women is lame. Yeah, that's right, Noah. You shouldn't be thinking about women. That's gay. You should be thinking about war. That's what you should be doing. You should have no other thought in your head than that of war. You know what I'm saying? My drink has a wet bottom. You know what I'm saying, ladies? Just how it is. Just how it is. Just how it is. Exactly, Noah. Should be thinking of war, not women. Do. But yeah. Now, see, here's the thing I noticed. Edwin came in and was all like, "Oh, hey, is this real? Is this reality? What's going on?" I don't see Edwin, eating his words in this chat. You know what I'm saying? Like he just kind of flew in, said, "Hey, it's Taco Tuesday. I got to bounce." Right? And I'm like, "Damn, it's Wednesday." You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then like he was also saying that I have to do things for the love of the game. This is for the love of the game. Telling you, people out here getting real wild. I'm telling you. But that's just me. What the heck do I know? You know? Do. We're killing two birds with one stone. Damn. Why haven't you been watching streams? What's going on? The Cleftal Horizon. Listen, how does he hold it? It's like this or some shit. I hold my pen like this. See, and you get that action. Oh, oh, oh. He says, "Please don't go, girl," and I'm like, "Damn, Eric, why you like this?" That kind of thing. Jesus Christ! Hold on. I'm gonna have to just like come in here and just like glide in here. Glide. Get right in there. Bam. Just touch it. Just touch it for you guys, That's all. I'll just come in here. I'll give it a light touch. Right there. Oop. That's all. Do. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to get in there. You got to elucidate a little, I get it. The only thing that, like, to me is going to be really annoying about this is this hair, right? Even when I was drawing it, I was like, I fucking hate what I'm having to do here, And I mean, I could have, like, in the comic, she just has like a little like comb over her face, and then so like a tight ponytail with a little poof at the back. But I'm like, you kind of have to go for it. You can't just kind of be as boring as the actual book is. You know what I'm saying, Bancroft? Sometimes you got to spice it up a bit. That's just it. That's just how you go. Got to get in there. You got to be like, hey, what's up? Do. What would have been the last thing I inked? This? I mean, I didn't cave. I just was like, hey, why not? If we're going to highlight it, we might as well highlight it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all I'm saying. Mm. Yeah, exactly. Stay holy. Do. You know? On a scale of Caucasian to African, how do you like your chocolate milk? I mean, it depends, right? Like, like, am I having chalky milk or am I having chocolate milk? You know what I'm saying? Am I having brown sugar? Or am I having some vanilla on the side? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I could be having some chalky milk. You know? Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know the pain. That's all I'm saying. Some people are living with the pain. You know? Some of us aren't. Some of us are drinking the pain away. That's all. Damn. Gothic mascara. That's where it's at. I don't have to fix that. I just made a tangent. That wasn't there when I was doing it. God damn it. That's annoying. All right. Mm-hmm. You know? Plato is a fan of this cave. He spoke of its deep, dark secrets. Secrets. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Bancroft. Right? Do you see that? Right here. I'm going to have to hit it with some whiteout and hit that curve because I literally just made a tangent and fucking already is driving me insane. I'm going to have to gut it out here. And then when it dries, hit it with some whiteout. Drives me insane. Like that little tangent just drove me insane. I'm telling you. No one likes it. No one wants any tangents. No one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm totally hitting that with the wipeout. The wipeout. Jesus Christmas. The whiteout. You know. That's just me. Listen, I'm always about the spelunk. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't spelunking, you know, then you ain't spelunking. Do. Do. I guess I'll pull in here. Do. You know how it is. Damn. No, she's not getting Chewbacca pits. God damn. These are soft. You know? No Chewbacca. No Chewie. No Han. Unless you're talking about Han from Better Luck Tomorrow, who would then go on to be Han in the Fast and the Furious. You know? Right? First appearance of Han. Better Luck Tomorrow. Just how it is, guys. Mm. You know? Exactly. Exactly. I feel for you, awesome one, most of all. But are you drinking mushroom tea today or coffee? That's the real question. You know? Is that what's happening?
Women.
You know? It's just how it is. Man. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, but mounds don't. You know? That's all I'm saying. Cafe to Michael Mushbrook. Exactly. Exactly. You know? In other words, why do I play what with no ladies around? Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, hello, Zorak. Braxton,
I am very attracted to you.
I can hurt you.
Oh, waka chicka wow.
Yeah. It's dark and damp, Shelby. Goddamn. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, who let the spelunks out? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Who? This is mostly going to be filled in, to be honest, but you know, we might hit some highlights. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, yeah. There be goblins gobbling these nuts. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Oh man, they do. They do annoy me so much. The annoyance is great.
Maybe I am not that bad. I ain't got the Japanese. Maybe order some Chinese. To die.
You know? But that's just me. Yep. Put a very long beard on to match that mask. Bam. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Shelby knows what's up. You know? This is also going to get mostly blacked out. Get our foliage in there. You know what I mean? Damn, sexy Orko. This is true. I'm also pretty impressed, Shelby, with the printer because like it prints like damn near like right to the very edge on an 11 by 17, right? Like you're barely losing any real estate if you want to go full bleed, right? Like you're not losing like really any real estate. It's pretty good. I'm a big fan of this printer. You know, just every time I've used it, I've been like, yeah, I dig this. Yeah, yeah. My Epson is a magical device, right? Like big scans, you know, prints 11 by 17. It's a good time. Listen, Henry, when a printer becomes a revelation, you know, and just makes your life easier, you'll talk about it too. You know, that's just the facts. You know, when things start making your life easier, you start really appreciating what they do. You know, it's like a woman. You know what I mean? When they make your life easier, you really appreciate it. When they make your life harder, you really don't appreciate it. You know? That's all. That's all I'm saying. Women are to be helpmeets. I do have a double scan both sides of the DPS cover thing and class. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like on the where's my camera here? But like right at the edge, you can see that little tiny gap that it just doesn't print on. And that's impressive. Like that's pretty good. I that's respectable. You know? And you can shrink it to fully fit, right? Like you could actually have a proper border, you know, anyway, right? Like even or especially if you were working to like comic page templates, right? And weren't working full bleed, it'd be more than, you know, sufficient. You know, but it's like if you want to work full bleed, you're going to get pretty close, but you're not going to get, you know, I guess just not, don't put anything in that, like what, like 3 centimeters that it can't get, I guess, you know? But yeah, the that Epson printer pretty tight. Mm. Yeah, see, this is great. You can just sit here, ignore the chat. It's possibly the best stream I've ever, had as far as ignoring the chat. I mean, I did kind of set this up since this is my traditional area where I do have a monitor, a fourth monitor on this table specifically, just so I can look at the chat if I need to. So I don't have to look to the left of me or look to the right or behind me or anything like that. So it has made paying attention to / ignoring the chat just a matter of kind of quickly looking up. No, Ovaltine would not mix with almond milk. That's a bad idea. Mm-hmm. This is true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like, it's that weird thing where people want draw streams, or they say they want draw streams, but then like, does anybody, like, I don't know. I feel like there's like only a handful of people who really like to see how the sausage is made, and then there's other people who just think they do. And then they're like, hey, why are you not reading the chat? Like, you know what I mean? They're like, why aren't you paying attention to us? Why aren't you like laughing at the jokes that we made in the chat? And it's like, because I'm fucking trying to get something done. But, and then you have people who are just like, oh, it's easy to stream and draw and be entertaining and pay attention to the chat. And, and like the reality is like your focus is split. There's no arguing it. It's just that if you look up from what you're doing, your focus is split. Your flow is cut. You know what I mean? Because you can just get there. You can be in a flow state working for 2 or 3 hours and just not look up. And you might not even look up, look over, grab your drink, set it down, and you just kind of zone out and you just work, right? Yeah. I know what he's saying, but I'm just saying like, are you just gonna play a pre-recorded video while you stream? Yeah. Oh yeah. Like there is no workflow live, right? Because if you're just sitting there working, like I've seen like people just completely ignore the chat, but when they do that, there's nobody in their streams, right? Like people, like part of like the double-edged sword of like drawing on a stream is you're doing it to engage with your audience, your fan base, your potential customers, whatever, however you want to look at it, right? Or you're just chatting with your other friends that are artists or whatever it is, right? Or streaming with them or whatever, right? There's still that like kind of communal aspect to it as well. But like at the same time, like you can do all that stuff offline in back rooms. Like if you just want to chat with your friends, right? You can do that and not have to pay attention to them. You know what I mean? Like in the same way that like, whenever you're just out somewhere with a friend, you don't even have to talk most of the time. You're just out shopping or getting food or whatever. And you might just be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, and you just have like you could be hanging around with a person all day and barely speak to them. Right. And so like that's the kind of thing, right, where you're just kind of like, but other people don't, I don't know, they don't get that, I guess, but yeah, whatever it is. But I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like you kind of have to do this thing while also like wishing you didn't have to do it, but then you still kind of got to do it. But it's also that kind of thing too, right? Like where you can kind of like streaming and know you're not going to get anything done, right? When I visit you to stay at your guest house, you don't have to say a word to me. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Sumo. No, but like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, right? Like where you can be in the same room with somebody sometimes and barely speak to them, right? And it's not like and you're not upset with them. You're just, you're just like you guys are just functioning, and then you just look up and be like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. You can acknowledge their presence or whatever, right? Like you don't have to constantly be talking to them, but with these kind of streams and stuff, there is that expectation that you're going to interact and entertain, even if it's just conversation. Yeah, exactly, Bancroft. Exactly. But yeah, that's the thing, right? But yeah, like that's the thing. I don't know. It's one of those situations where you gotta say to yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here. Yeah. This little tangent situation here has now been gotten rid of. Yeah, like, well, that's kind of the funny thing about, but okay, but here's the thing though, right? Like, I think a lot of us can do what Shanth does, but a lot of us don't want to be cheerleaders. Right. And it's not even disrespectful, like to Shanth. Like I love Shanth, like, but like, like the whole time he's streaming and talking, he is basically trying to uplift you and be very positive the whole time. Right. And like, to me, that would like, it's not that even I don't feel that way sometimes. It's just that I don't have that in me all the time. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Shelby. Ignore your guests the way your family ignores you. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, yeah, that's the kind of thing where you're like, just like, I don't know. I just don't think that I want that to be my role. Right? Like as a creator, like at all, like to come out and be a cheerleader for things. And like, yeah, it's like, and that's the thing. And it's fine. Like I do watch Shanth streams and I talk to Shanth and, in those streams and stuff like that. And I enjoy him as a person, but it's just not my thing, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Well, no, it's not even that. Like, I'm actually a very positive person in general, right? Like, but the thing is like, I don't know. There's also a part of it like where it's like, am I just gonna run around all day being like, "Oh, Jiminy Jillikers, everything's good. Look at her. Oh, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Hey," like and like that part, like that's not. It's just not authentic to like most people as people, right? Like to be running around all the time and telling everybody there's gold at the end of the rainbow. You know what I mean? No, but like, do you know what I mean? Like also, and hello, Rocky. Sorry, you know, I read it the way it's put on there, but it's rock. It's rock. I'll say rock. Um, but yeah, no, like that's the thing, right? Like, and everybody kind of has their thing, right? And so, like especially with like Rocky here, you know, a lot of people find him soothing and calming and just chill, like, you know, just like a lo-fi kind of vibe, right? Like where he's just he's talking about the comics, he's happy to talk about them and stuff like that. And so there are people who are like that and are drawn to that. Same with Sean, same with all kinds of other people, right? No, it's not boring. It's not boring. It's just that like there's a mild manner to, you know, what you do as opposed to what, like, you know, other people do, right? Um, and that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like just enjoying the comics and talking about it and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. Like, you know, there's zero wrong with that. But it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so if everybody, like, and that's the thing, like if everybody was doing what Shanth was doing, that wouldn't be interesting either, right? And so so Shanth is doing his thing and he's doing his painting and he's like uplifting and educational and, like, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? And he has a teaching background and all that stuff. So it kind of, he's done it enough that he can sit on a stream and it's nowhere near even being in a classroom, right? Like it's way more casual for him. It's way more off the cuff, right? And so yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like a lot of that stuff for some people is just what they're used to. It's just how they do it, right? um yeah, and that's the thing, right? And I wouldn't want to see a bunch of people come out and just start being like, you know, overly positive about everything, right? I don't know, it would seem inauthentic to me, right? Like there has to be kind of a balance, and like every day isn't great, you know, it's not necessarily bad, but you know, you kind of get up and you're just like, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I'm kind of tired and sore today, right? And so, like, to come out here and be like, oh, everybody, everything's great, you know, um every day would fucking be exhausting to me. um you know, because it's just not how I would normally feel, you know, just how it is. See, awesome one says I'm awful and he likes me, you know. See, that's what I'm doing here. That's what can I do, you know? But yeah, right. And that's the thing, right? So if I was out here every day being like, guys, we can give nihilism no quarter, let's push back the darkness and bring out the daylight, let's go and create something new today. That's what I'm talking about. I see you out there. You can do it. You can get everything you want done today, and I know you can do it. And that's what I like for you. You know, I could come out here and I could be like that, but at some point I would tear off my own skin and just be like, fucking God, no. What's going on, guys? You know? That's just it. You know? Hey, Sugar Chris, what's going on? How you doing today? But yeah, you know, and see, that's the thing. Like, if I was a super nice person, I wouldn't make fun of Sugar Chris for going to the bathhouse all the time. You know what I mean? That's just it. He's got customers, supply and demand. I get it. You know? That's just how it is. Yeah, see, if you're going to give nihilism a quarter, you might as well give it the other 75 cents. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, these streams are just wellness checks. Yeah. Yeah, the proof of life. Just pop in. Go, yeah, I'm still fucking pissed off about everything. Yeah, Gem is real, Jay is real. Know what I'm saying? I do know exactly what you're saying. You know? Yeah. This is true. This is true. Wesley. He calls everybody Wesley. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, right? I just posted a Gem video. I have love and kindness in my heart. Only for some things, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, right? That's just how it is. You know? Yeah. You know, it can't rain all the time, guys. It just can't rain all the time. And so, you just have to enjoy it as it comes. Wesley. I mean, here's the thing, A1. Wesley was an annoying little shit on the show until later on in the show, and he wasn't so much of an annoying little shit. But then as a human, the guy who played Wesley is just the most annoying fucking human on planet Earth. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a little bitch. And that's it. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, and then like him and some of those other guys like somehow became like figureheads for like nerddom and stuff like that. And I was just like, fuck, Jesus Christ. Like, you're making me want to burn everything I own. You fucking weirdos. But anyway, yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Listen, I would have like, just like been like, get out of here. Don't show me anything. Don't want to see your dumb script, Wesley. That's just me. Well, see, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, I did for a very long time, like, feel like, like you should separate the art from the artist, right? But then some of these people are so deplorable, like so disgusting as human beings that it can't help but taint their craft. Right? Like, you can't look at them and see anything redeeming in it. Like, except for maybe the skill. Right? But like, yeah, it's one of those things. Like, there are some people that I find it really hard to like be like, okay, um, they might be a garbage human, but this work is still pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing, the whole, I think we were better off in a lot of ways when we didn't know just how stupid and how like ignorant a lot of the people who like work on things are, right? Like, cuz and that's the thing too, right? Like, you don't realize that just because somebody can draw or paint, that they're a fucking moron who lives in a reality that doesn't exist. Like, that are so, off in some kind of bubble or in some kind of fairy tale land that they don't even have like a normal moral compass, right? Like, just a base morality that everybody should have. They just don't have it, right? And like, so it's just kind of a weird thing, right? Like, seeing some people and being like, oh, wow, Okay. Thanks. And so yeah, and so it ends up it does end up tainting my view of them and their work, right? And it just can't, you can't help it these days. Like I wish it didn't. I wish there was some kind of way to like separate it, but it's very dumb. Anna still uses my Will Wheaton drawing for her thumbnails every now and then. That's funny. But yeah, it is a very, very weird situation now. Mm-hmm. You had to stop following Eric Powell on Facebook. Way too much anti-Trump, anti-right-wing posts, not enough goon posting. Well, hey, there you go, right? But like my thing is like there are certain things that people say, and the minute the word comes out of their mouth, I understand that they are either incredibly ignorant, choosing to be intentionally how should I say it? And basically like, you know, where they're denying the truth or they are lying in an inauthentic way because they feel that by them saying it will get other people who are less intelligent to believe them, right? There's like that kind of thing. Like if I hear somebody call somebody a Nazi or a fascist, I immediately ignore every word they ever say after it. Like if you are unironically calling anyone a Nazi or a fascist in 2025, in the last 5 years even, if you are unironically calling someone a Nazi or a fascist, I immediately just discount everything you say. It's gone. You might as well stop speaking to me ever again. Because it's like this weird thing where you're like, there are no, like, you know, I'm sure there's some skinheads or whatever, right? Like that are like, oh, like, you know, I have all these weird racist views, but they're such a minority. They're such a tiny fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a niche percentage of people, right? That like hold these views on a unironic daily basis, that aren't joking in some kind of like weird satire or seeing memes or whatever, right? But when you have people running around like calling people, because they don't know what like fascism is, like even with the Charlie Kirk thing, right? Like they're calling that guy a fascist, but then they're like celebrating that a guy who basically was a debate me bro was a fascist because they didn't like what he was saying, right? So if you're saying that you want to silence and kill people who you don't agree with the words they say, that is fascism, right? And so at the core of it, they don't even understand the words they're using, right? And so they're just these weird, like regurgitating, like non-player character fucking puppets, right? And it's just like, it's so frustrating to even like see people say these things or hold these views. And it's just like wild, like to think that we live in a world where it seems like a good chunk of the population like is not able to critically think, right? And they just repeat, they see the little news clip or they see their friends say whatever, and they just continue to regurgitate it. It's insanely frustrating to like live in a world where you know that I guess like 90% of the people are dumber than you. Like, you know, and it's like, I don't even consider myself like a rocket scientist, smart guy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm stupid, but I'm not fucking putting rockets on Mars or anything like that. Right. but like, yeah, it just baffles me like that. There just seems to be like this whole side of our, population on the planet who just, you know, yeah, it's just whatever. It's just dumb shit. But yeah, I don't know. Just, very, very dumb. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, you know, but like, and the crazy thing too, right, is like I'm not even in the States, right? And so like we have people up here who are, super TDS sufferers, and it's like it's not even your country. Like, why do you care what this guy does? Like, why is this a factor in your day-to-day life? Like, it's crazy, right? Like, people like so bent out of shape about stuff. And yeah, it's weird and it's baffling. And just to see it, like, as a person, who is pretty rational most of the time, and to just see people just like seemingly be so just crazy and irrational constantly. It's just like, what? Like, because it really does feel like, that like mental illness is like the biggest plague that no one's talking about, right? Like, it's like we closed all our mental asylums, and then we just put these people on pedestals on social media. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. The reaction, I hear Sugar Chris here. The reaction to Kirk's death was saddening and eye-opening. So many and that was the thing, right? Like, so many people were celebrating it and and so like that was the thing too, right? Like it really kind of showed just how crazy people were, right? That they were just celebrating a debate me bro getting killed, right? Because that's the thing. Like, you can say whatever you want about him, right? But the reality is he just went up and went, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's do this thing. And that was it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even like he was going around and being hateful about it, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are like, and that's the crazy part, right? Like, a lot of people are like, yeah, you guys shot like the moderate take. You guys shot like the baseline normie take. Everybody else on the planet is probably further to the right than that guy by your standards, like, by the lefty, like, crazy people standard, right? And that's also like the crazy thing too, right? Like, I would say most of us as artists and creators and stuff like that, 10, 15 years ago, we would have all considered ourselves kind of left of center, right? Because, like, just basically being like, freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff, right? You're essentially left of center, or at least that used to be a left of center kind of take. And now that is apparently a right wing take, which is like, yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah, right. Like, exactly, Shelby. Up until Obama, for sure. It's emo saying here. Yeah, your bratty generation. Yeah, too. You would be what, millennial or Gen Z or Gen Alpha? It's now lefties waving their fingers. The right needs to, yeah, exactly. The right needs to tone down the rhetoric. Yeah, Jesus. Healthy discourse is anathema to these people because their ideas don't hold up. That is true, right? Like, as soon as you say, okay, but what about this? They're like, does not compute. Gen Z. Okay, cool. Yeah, center left up until Obama, for sure. So since Obama, they've been planning for this for about 10 years. Assume self-righteous, they don't need God and God mindset. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it is one of those things though, right? Like, where you're just kind of like our views haven't really changed any, right? Like for the most part, like, you know, I feel the same about all those issues, like, you know, like freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff like that, as I always have, right? But like before, that was a normal take. Like, you know, comedians could make jokes and make fun of people, and that was fine, right? You laughed, like it was one of those things where you were laughing at the differences, but you were also laughing at yourself. And the ability to take a joke, see the humor in life and other people is just completely gone from like generations of people. It's fucking wild, right? Where like there are just so many people who like you literally can't joke with or tease or like, you know, or like talk shit to, like as a Gen Xer, right? Like when we were kids growing up, we had to do everything ourselves. We had to figure everything out. You know, like if I wasn't telling you you sucked, we weren't friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like you were always like, you fucking suck at this, blah blah blah, talking shit to your friends and like goofing on them and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, and then now it's like you slightly joke with some people and the butt hurt just reigns. Listen, it is what it is, right? Like if I was here in a room by myself, this would have been done by now. You know what I mean? Like I just would have been like, whoop. You know, that's it. But since I'm here and chatting, then that's what it is. You know? Oh, 100%. It's 100% your fault. You know, listen, I'm not here, you know, to lay blame, but I'm just saying that there's blame to be laid. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know? That's all. Yeah, that's right. Get canceled. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. I mean, how's it even look? Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. It's got a whole bunch of fills and stuff to do. But yeah, it is what it is. You know? Do 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 do. No, this is for the love of the game, as Edwin Acevedo put it. And so yeah, no, I was like, a lot of the stuff I'm working on, I can't show. So some of this stuff, you know, I just have to do like, you know, something else, right? So there's like Bernard Chang and Sean Chen, a bunch of these Marvel DC guys do this like what is it? A battle of the sketches, right? And so they pick a couple characters and then they each draw one and whatever. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, I can throw something together. And so I was like, one of this week's one was Erika Slaughter. And so I was like, oh, I can throw that together. I can do that. And then it's something I can show off. And yeah, see, you'd be doing one for the love of 50 Cent next week. See, there you go. And so, yeah, so I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then people can see it. And then people can stop going, oh, blah, blah, blah. Jay's not doing anything. Jay's retired. Jay's hibernating. Jay's whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, here we go. Here's something I can do. I can stream it. I can show it off. I can post it. Like Erika Estrada from Chips. Exactly. And so, yeah, so that's why this piece exists, you know? And so I'm just kind of like, yeah, we kind of got, you know, something to put out here. And yeah, and it's also something like I kind of, as soon as like I like kind of looked at the character, I had the idea for the piece, right? And so I was like, oh, okay. Like this, like to me, this was a no brain. Like it just kind of happened. And so I was like, if I would have had to think about it too hard and like do 10 sketches and like layouts and stuff like that to actually get something, I probably wouldn't have done it. Because you know, if it did, like, I don't know, it's one of those things, like if it doesn't come easy, I don't have time for it. I would rather put that time into something that I'd actually want to do. And so I was like, hey, I can do this. I can throw, because some of the other ones were like, some of the other Battle of the Sketches were like a Batman and Craven the Hunter and stuff like that. And so I was like, yeah, like, okay, I could draw Batman. Yeah, whatever. There's just certain things like when people are like, oh, whatever. I'm like, that doesn't even slightly interest me, right? And then I kind of looked at this character and I was like, well, you know, the style in the book's kind of loose and gritty, and you know, it's not, oh, like, you know, it's more on the cartoony side, you know. And I was like, I can throw something together for that. And you know, it's not going to take me too long to do something that's kind of cool, you know. Exactly. After on Batman, you got it, Edwin. You got it. And so yeah, so I was like, you know, this is a cool kind of fun character, because it's like it's also one of those things like, right, like where the character design is so simple. It's just like black pants and a tank top with the mask, and you know what I mean. I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like I can make that look cooler than it looks in the books. So I'm just like, I'm gonna do that, and just have fun with it, right? Like, do do. But yeah, like, well, and that's the thing, right? Like, um, I don't know, like this. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. I just wanna draw at least things like this in my free time that I'm at least slightly interested in, or that like, you know, um, aren't boring to me. Like, you know, so at least this, I'm like, it's kind of something different, but then like very much things I can do without thinking about them too hard. Like, you know, drawing an attractive woman Tuesday. That's my Tuesday, you know? Um, but yeah, that's the thing, right? No, still here jerking the gherkin. I don't know. He's probably busy trying to line up one of these four ladies he's talking to. You know? Oh, there we go. Damn. Noah just appeared as though from the darkness. You know? And he said, "Get your hands off of my woman." You know? Yeah. The hag farm. Jesus. Mhm. Damn. Damn. Girls are always falling downstairs. That's just science. You know? And if they're not falling for you, you got to start pushing. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, if if they're not getting away, you better catch them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he will show. Like, holy shit. He's onto that new meat. Damn, it's like a slaughterhouse. It's a slaughterhouse for Noah. He's just got that new meat passing through. You'd have to censor everything for YouTube. I mean, it's been a hot minute since we streamed. You know? You get in there, get that sweet meat. Right? Like, I know it's super annoying. It's super annoying that the autofocus stuff. But the thing is if you mess with it and then you do anything else, it's just like all over the place. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. So I just leave it. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ, Noah. Holy shit. I've been known to eat a roast beef or two. Oh my fucking God. Incredible. Wow. Oh my God. That is. Woo.
All right, let's get straight to the biscuits. At 0800 hours this morning, an American soldier was eaten by a Nazi dinosaur.
That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, Claire, that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Try thinking first before you open your mouth.
Mm-hmm. It's just science. It's just science. You know? Well, half. Damn. What is even happening with people's eyes? Do 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 do. I'm just gonna do down here while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do. Yeah. All right. I'm probably gonna miss. Get on the table. And I'll probably hit these with some highlights. I'm also gonna have some drool connecting the teeth. You know, classic. You know how it is. You know how it is. Damn. Now, none of my advice led to any murders yet. You know? And none of it was intended for murder. You know? So we need to slow our rolls. We need to slow our rolls here. You know? That's all I'm saying. You know? That's all I'm saying. You know? I don't want to get my beautiful white table dirty. That would be outrageous. Andy might try to buy this? Why would Andy want this? That seems ridiculous. Oh, Foo Fighters. Is Andy a big something is killing the children fan? Is that a thing? Damn. Dave Grohl's lasagna. It's like bitch lasagna, you know what I'm saying? Probably hit the teeth with a couple little, like, you know, light highlights or whatever. But right now it's just going to be easier to black it out. And I'll probably digitally color it. So kind of not worried about a lot of the other little bits and bobs. Damn. How'd you dislocate your retina? That sounds like it sucks. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn, Sugarfoot. You got the sugar? That's brutal. Now here's the thing. Now why can I say that you've got the Sugarfoot? You know what I mean? But I can't call you sugar tits. You know what I mean? Like what's going on here? What kind of country are we trying to build here? That's the real question. You know? Do 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 do. You know? Damn. I wonder what would cause that though, right? Like you bump your head on your coffee table when you were asleep. That's the thing, right? Damn, skill issue. Detached retina is a skill issue now. Damn. Damn. That's cold. That's cold, Noah. Mm-hmm. Oh, cataracts. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I see. Have you had surgery for it, or you're going to get cataract surgery at some point? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's not good coverage for that. Hold on. Her down to the night. No, where are you at? Where are you at, my Pigma BB? There we go. There we go. Oh, please don't go, Pigma BB. That's what I'm talking about. Hmm. LASIK. Damn. That shit is nightmare fuel to me. Like, a lot of things don't fucking freak me out or anything like that, but anything having to do with fucking touching my eyes is like, nah, I'm good. Damn, I actually like this better for that. Yeah. Okay. This FB. Really getting it done. Oh yeah, but like, I just don't like the idea of them, like, you know, cutting my eyeball off, like, you know, the thin layer in the front of your eye, and then like lasering it and then gluing it back on there, like, you know, whatever. Um, yeah, there's something fucking terrifying about that. It's like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, they what? Damn. Oh, you have astigmatism then in your eyes if they're kind of football shaped. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right on. Yeah. They're in those eyes are in lesbians with each other. I get it. That checks out. That completely checks out. Do you have anime eyes? It's possible. It's possible. Doodle doo 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 doo. Now, for some reason, the anime eyes made me think of Heart of Glass for some reason. I don't know why. The mind is a strange thing. Now I just have Heart of Glass in my head. You know? Yeah, it's true. Mo doesn't come around here much because I wouldn't give him a wrench. He came here the first handful of times and then acted like he was owed a wrench. And I was like, nah, you don't need a wrench. You don't use it anyway. You know? Oh, from Wicked City. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Goku the Midnight Eye. Also a classic. You know? Need some points on these chompers. Yeah, Mo. Hey, I think Mo's just a secret weeb. I think he is like some kind of closeted ass weeb. Because when you say stuff, he knows what you're talking about. So he knows exactly what it is. Or he has somebody in his family maybe that's a super weeb, and he can't stand them. That's also possible. But yeah, he knows exactly what you're talking about. You could mention something. He's like, that's anime. And then you're just like, oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Interesting. You know? Woo. All right. Man, I've been streaming for 2 hours. Goddamn. I could do those fills. I'll do that later, I think. You guys can see that. Do. Yeah. I'm getting there. I just wanted to take a mental break, and just filling in black was that break. You know? You know what I'm saying? Well, most of this is going to be black. It's kind of the crazy part. Watch Horse Girls as a break. Mm-hmm. This is true. All right, let's get in here. Yep. You gotta know. Do. Do. No, swing around here. Swing. Do. Mm-hmm. Damn. Did I see my DM? No, I didn't see my DMs. I can though. I can look over at them. I can close this. I can look at this. Damn it, Shelby. Am I supposed to read? Damn. She cute though. Do. Here we go. I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this with the class. Yeah. I get it. Share screen. Boom. You know what I'm saying? You guys looking for some hot MILF action in your area? Damn. So this being on screen would completely, put you in or out of the doghouse. Oh, so pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like humanity can be so many things. It's terrifying. All right. I'm going to stop sharing that. It's devastating. It's taking a little piece of my soul. StreamYard. There we go. Okay. We're back. Got a palate cleanser. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Damn. She looks like a raw chicken nugget, an unbreaded. She looks unbreaded. Oh, man. That's so fun. Damn, unbreaded. Oh, I just pulled that line and there was nothing there. That fucking sucked. You know what I'm saying? When are we going to get a lady jumping like this in your book, Noah? You know what I mean? That's the real question. That's what inquiring minds want to know. Would your mom be mad, Noah, if she seen you draw something like this? You know? If she seen you go in here and noodle this patch of this tract of land. You got these tracts of land, you know? Didn't know and tell his mom, don't worry, Mom, she's dead. Oh, God. Noah's out here literally and figuratively killing it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. You know? Do. So you can meme more of my lore. Damn. I mean, it is a fat lightsaber. She doesn't have lightsabers. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Scamps? You know? Only remember the bald lore. I mean, true. Well, get over there. I'll have to pull the other stuff up. Do. You know? Damn, Noah. What's happening with your hair? Why is it turning on you like that? You know? That's the real question. Why? Why is it turning on you? Why are you so filled with turnt that it's on you? You know what I mean? Do. No? I mean, you know, Noah's hairline is so far back in time, it voted for Reagan. You know what I mean? It was part of the Cold War, and it wasn't even a holiday. You know? That's all. That's all. Do. Yes. Gonna go back in time. Gonna go back in time. All right. Do. Oh, do. Let's see here. Man, it is incredibly warm in here. Doesn't make any sense, but I'll work with it. Do. Let's get in here. Well, Moon's going to be here. Glow. I might do an ink wash with some clouds. So we'll see. We'll see. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. This is like most of my plan for this was pretty like thrown together. Like I was like, oh, you know, I seen that Battle of the Sketches thing that they were doing, and I was like, oh, you know, I'll throw something together for that because it's like tomorrow. It's like Wednesday or whatever they do the thing or post them or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I can throw this together pretty quick. So yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna throw some clouds. Oh, and I'm gonna, but from here, like I'm gonna pull some drool between the teeth, you know. And so yeah, most of my plan is dead center. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you know. Listen, you start posting on. Okay, listen. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't have all day to fuck around with this, right? Like I don't have. Like I'm not gonna be thinking about this by Friday. Like, you know what I mean? This is gonna be gone. This is gonna be done, and at most I might color it. You know, yeah. And so yeah, that's the thing. It's more about kind of just getting something different out there and get some different eyes on shit. That kind of stuff. Um, you know, and I'm sure the amount of like, you know, fan art or whatever for something is killing the children is probably not huge. So I was like, it'll kind of kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. I don't care about the schedule. I'm not even going to do any one after this. I'm doing this one, and that's it. Right? Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? No. Listen, I don't listen. I don't need guff. Yeah. Well, see, like the first one was Batman, the other one was Craven, and I'm just like, that doesn't interest me, right? Um, you know, and then I'd have to like, and that's also the thing too. Like, then I would have to like think of something interesting to do with Craven other than just him standing there with his vest on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, you know. So yeah, like I was like, you know, there was a lot of me going, you know. And I think next week is like what Savage Dragon. Yeah, like I was just kind of like, you know, Erika Slaughter, kind of fun, you know. Outside of that, meh. You know. Do-do. Yeah, like, but like, here's my thing though, right? Like, did they get cover work from it because somebody seen the piece they did and went, "Ooh, that's really good," or did they already know the people and they got recommended for it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's a, when I hear that, I kind of go, okay, but what's the situation, right? Like, you know, because like a lot of that's like, listen, I seen that fucking Star Trek fucking cover, and you're trying to tell me that it's a merit based system. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a whatever, right? Like, yeah, well, I know, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen some stuff and I'm just like, really? Like, you couldn't have gotten somebody off Fiverr to do something better than that cover? Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck. Mhm. You know? Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, getting more eyes and different eyes on things is what interested me in even bothering to do this, right? Like, and so yeah, I was kind of like, yeah, that'll be something different, you know. It's a different crew of people involved and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's not the same old subjects. So I was like, you know, we'll see how it goes, that kind of thing. And yeah, like that is the thing, right? Like, with all this stuff, it is about eyes, right? Like, you're just trying to get different eyes on your stuff, more eyes. Um, because man, I don't know, like, it scares me sometimes, right? Like, because like, I know my stuff's not perfect. You know, like, I'm still learning. I'm still, every day I try to get better at my craft, right? But I see stuff out there that is just so bad, and I don't know how it is on a quote unquote professional published book that's licensed. Like, that's a licensed IP. Like, that kind of shit blows my mind. Like, there's like, it's just like this, like, fucking spiral towards, like, not even mediocrity. It's like, it looks like stuff that like a 13-year-old would have drawn and colored in MS Paint, and it's on the cover of a fucking, professional quote unquote book that people are paying money for because they like it. Like, I'm just like baffled by some of the stuff I see out there, and I'm just like, what in the hell is even happening? You know? And I'm just like, why? How did we get here? When did merit go away? When did somebody doing cool art get looked over for the weirdest, rattiest trash? Like, I don't know. It just fucking baffles me. Right? Like, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just complaining about weird shit that I see. But yeah, it is what it is. Well, yeah, and like, that's the thing too, right? Like, And like in that situation, right? Like where you're like, oh, I could have done something really cool. And yeah, exactly. Like the shredder cover approval. Like, and it's like, but when you want to do something cool, because like, you know what I mean? It's like your work that's out there, right? And so you typically want to put like something really cool forward and put your stamp on it, right? And you don't want to put out the most generic pose of someone standing there straight on or crouched straight on or whatever when you could do something cool and dynamic, right? Um, and so like yeah, that to me is like I see some stuff and I'm just like, what is happening? Like why is this a thing, right? Like how did we get here? Yeah, and it's like it's one of those things too. Like I've seen some stuff recently, and I don't know. I just get baffled by the whole thing, and it's like I don't know. And it's also weird. Like I never really was like, oh, I need to get a Marvel cover or a DC cover or a whatever, right? Like it was never like there was a time way back, like maybe in the early 2000s, where I would have been like, oh man, it'd be really cool to work at Marvel. But then all the nonsense happened and it just literally like tainted me on even the idea of it. Right. Like where I'm just like, it doesn't hold the appeal it once did. Right. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to be drawing like Captain Marvel under current Marvel or 5 years ago Marvel or whatever, right? Like the idea of wasting your time on something like that when the scripts are so bad and it's all full of weird like agenda politics and all that kind of nonsense. Like the whole concept of that like just doesn't interest me at all, right? Like and so like there would have been a time where I would have been like, "Oh yeah, that'd be fun," you know. I'd work on this or work on that. But then it's just like, why? Now it's like, why? What is what's the advantage? Oh god damn it. I'm not hooked in there. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, what's the advantage other than like because and that's the thing too, right? It's like I see people who have like they've done a trading card or a sketch card for Marvel, and then they're just like on their thing. It's like the big thing on their thing, Marvel artists, and I'm like, you did a card. You didn't draw a book. You didn't like, you know, or like even like you, Shelby, like you at least inked full books. You worked on full books. You made the books look good, right? Like you actually worked on a book that has a story in it. Like I find it weird that if like some guy did a trading card, he's like, that's on my resume, right? Like that's the first thing you're going to see when you go to any of my social media is that I'm a Marvel artist. And it's like, dude, you did a fucking card. Like, and to me, none of that stuff means anything anymore, right? Like just when I see the quality of the work that's coming out of some of those places, I'm like, fucking 10 or 15 years ago, saying that you worked at Marvel would have been yeah, well that's what I'm saying, right? Like at least back then in like the 90s or the early 2000s, the books were good. The books were interesting and exciting. That would have been a good time to work there. That would have been a time where working there meant something, right? Like and so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of wild. You know, and I don't know, right? Like and if here's my thing, right? Like if someone's happy to have been working at Marvel or DC and right, you know, being on books where they're running around being like gay do crimes and you know all this like really trash books that have been coming out. Like if that's something that you're stoked about, cool, I guess. Yeah, you're smaller. You know what I mean? I don't want to shit on anybody's fucking happiness. You know what I mean? If you're happy doing whatever it is you're doing, cool. You know? Cool. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, what? Like, why? Why is that a thing? Right? Like, I don't know. It's just like, it seems like there used to be standards. You know? That's all I'm saying. But like, no, but like here's the thing, right? Like, I think it's different. I think it's different to have a body of work, right? Where you've done a bunch of things and you like enjoyed the work and you like do put your stamp on it and all that kind of stuff, right? If you're proud of the work, that's one thing. But like, I don't know. It's like if I was working on some of that stuff, I can't say I would be too proud of it, you know. Maybe if I was like doing it and I had to do it and to pay the bills, you know, maybe I'd work under a pen name or something like that. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just like a lot of that stuff, just, I don't know, just never sits right with me. It's from the start. It's a tighter line. Yeah, that's fair, A1. That's fair. I don't entirely disagree. Because I think that's a weird, like, here's a weird thing, right? Like, even if you're not a religious person per se, right? The society that we live in, for the most part, is built on Christian values, right? Like, just kind of inherently, like, even if you're like, you know, just the base morality, like, you know, don't be an asshole, you know, don't steal from people, you know, don't covet thy neighbor's wife, whatever, you know, whatever, right? Like, inherently there is like a kind of base morality that is inherently tied to, you know, Christianity in a you know, just matter of factly, right? And however, you know, and you just go down the street and there's however many churches all over the place. They're just there, right? They've always been there. And it's just kind of how it is. Even if you're not religious, right? You kind of notice and are kind of aware of that. Ooh. I like these Ohuhu liquid fine liner pen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jason, how you doing? Have a good night if you're here and gone. But yeah. Do. Ooh, I actually like these. Man, all right. The little Ohuhus feel nice. Yeah. Right. That's just the way it is. I'm gonna get right in there. There we go. Yeesh. Sometimes you just need a little Ohuhu. This is factual. Mm-hmm. No, they feel nice. They have a nice pull. My annoyance is if, like, I don't know, I'm kind of heavy-handed. And so I find in a lot of the paper, even if I just kind of, break attention for a moment and I'm a little heavy-handed with it, I find I'll get like caught in a groove or whatever of the paper, and it pulls the line in a way I just am not pleased with. And so I'm just kind of like, with every other line where I'm just like, God damn. Oh, that's not a good thing though. They don't seem to dry as quickly. That's annoying. All right, I'll fix that. Got a little smoogie. Yeah, exactly. Who is the bad who? And did Horton here said who? You know what I mean? That's the real question. Goddamn. Okay, now I got to think about this. I can see how wet it is. Damn, girl, I can see how wet it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pentel Pocket Brush. Yeah. Now I got to make sure it's dry. Swapped earbuds because one set is dying, and the first thing I come back to is, damn, girl, I see how wet it is. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. That's how it is in these streets. Do. Because that's annoying. I'm gonna do a wash on it anyway, probably, so that won't even be noticeable. So I won't get too annoyed with its existence. Let's see if I can get over here where it's dry. See. See, goddamn. Good thing that's going to be a moon. Oh, yeah. These stay too wet, too long, too, which is annoying. All right, that's annoying. I'm gonna switch. You're too big. That's what she said. Now where did I throw that puppy that I was just using? Here we go. We go back to our Faber-Castell. Now this one feels dry. God damn it. We're getting to that time where I get annoyed with the process. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I guess we're back. You know, I do enjoy how sometimes StreamYard just kicks me. I'm nowhere near it, and it just says, "Boom, get got." Yeah, stupid it be do. But yeah, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. That's super annoying to me. Look at that. Look, I just looked at it funny. God damn. The oh, stay too wet. Note to self. Oh, who that you do. Drink the splash here. Man, it is late. Hold on. Damn. Quarter after. All right, I'm going to finish this stupid hair, and then I'm going to end the stream. And that's the bottom line. Blah, blah, blah. Do. That ooh is so wet, girl. It's like stayed wet for like fucking 10 minutes. Jesus. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. I was like, oh, I'll switch to that. Only to be very annoyed by it. Oh my God. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to start limiting my streams to 2 hours no matter what happens. I feel like once you get past a certain amount of time, you're done. Right? What are we at here? Almost 3 hours. Weird. Hey, Phil, what's going on? How you doing? Get these loops. Young Philip. What's going on, Phil? You know? Oh, you're on Well Reds. You're promoting the book, I assume? Or were they reviewing? I suppose they could have been reviewing the book. The book's done, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, Psycho Slumber. Oh, okay. I have that. I have yet to sit down and read it, though, but I have it. Only I haven't read it only because I want to read the Lost Pages, all of them, and then read the Kill Journal, and then read Psycho Slumber. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Kind of want to read things in order. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Oh my God. I'm going to lose my mind. It's already been lost. Kind of sporadic one. Okay. All right. I see. All right. Do. So what's new and exciting in the world of Phil? You know? Damn, women hate you. Jeez. But why? Why? You know? Mm. Mm. Do. Man. Woman and child. Get in there. Get in there. All right, those bangs are done, even though I got to fix that. Stupid whiteout will need to come in. Try to put together single issue Lost Pages books. Yeah, do better, Phil. Do better. Burlap. Pull you in. Be the right size. So close. No problem. Awesome one. I'm just going to get a few more lines on this paper. And then, not tonight, but probably tomorrow, I'll hit this with a wash and fill in these blacks and fade out these trees and the whole bit. You know what I'm saying? Should you make a Zaid Comics Discord? Now, here's what I would say, Phil. I would say yes, if it could somehow not turn into a giant, like, weird trash fire. Yes. No, because you'd have to heavily moderate it, right? That's kind of the problem. Because a lot of times people left to their own devices will just suck. And so, you know. That kind of thing. Yeah, right. But like Roke's Discord is completely different, right? Like there's a different mentality and mindset to the people who watch Roke and that kind of stuff, right? That's all I'm saying. Hey, Sumo's still alive. How you doing? What's up, Sumo? See? And that's how you do a circle with a smaller circle and a bigger circle. All right, there's the fucking rough outlines. This is going to get all blacked out and the stripes, this and this. But that's tomorrow. I'll probably stream that tomorrow as well. But that's going to do it for me. I am done the fuck done. You know what I'm saying? Super done. Yeah. Man, Sumo's in D-Wag's Discord and he's never in there. You'll never see him. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Anyway. Have a good night, everybody. And this video is for you, Sumo.
I don't know, you and me are like Coke and icy. Coke and icy. Together, two and two, it will become yummy. Oh, so yummy. You want me, make you happy. I need you right now. Hurt me. Love is okay, but not in a homo way. No homo. I know this sometimes, see, we do talk like a baby. Talk like baby. Finally, I know this, you love me like you love mommy. Love your mother. Coca cannot live, I see. Love you like sugar daddy. Motherfucker, love is okay, but not in a homo way. I don't know, you and me are like Coke and icy. Coke and icy. Together, two and two, it will become yummy. Oh, so yummy. You want me, make you happy. I need you right now. Hurt me. Love is okay, but not in a homo way. No homo. I know this sometimes, see, we do talk like a baby. Talk like baby. Finally, I know this, you love me like you love mommy. Love your mother. Coca cannot live, I see. Love you like sugar daddy. Motherfucker, love is okay,